So James Anderson is being forced to retire because England has an eye toward the future. It's understandable why they would not pick him. It is absolutely not understandable why they would want to force him to retire. Because those two things are not the same. It is a weak decision from the English selection committee because they know Jimmy is still bowling well. Why would you need to force someone to retire when you clearly, by the name of the damn committee, being the selection committee, have the power to not select someone? You simply have to not select him going forward. So instead of forcing retirement upon him, you could have simply said, "Hey Jimmy, you're bowling very well. We have an eye toward the future. We're planning for the Ashes in 2025. And we don't think that we would be able to offer you the spot on the side, on the team." That is all that was required. Why do you want to force a man who is alive in his profession, passionate about his craft, and still playing at an elite level, at the highest level of the game? Why do you want to force him to retire? Is it because you're scared about the backlash that will come inevitably when he's getting 6 furs and 5 furs in county cricket for his side Lancashire? Is that why? Because you probably know that facts align themselves toward this claim. James Anderson is still England's best bowler. Which means, if you were to draw up the best playing 11 today and for the foreseeable future, James Anderson, at nearly 42 years of age, will be part of that team. If your goals for your national side do not agree with the concept of putting out the best 11 that you have, then there is something wrong with your understanding of the concept of winning. You don't want to put the best side out on the cricket field? You want to deprive the national side of the best weapon in fast bowling that you have. Why? Because he's old? It is irrelevant if he's old. He's not taking up a spot every time. He's not playing every match. You have been resting him, and you had been resting Stuart Broad for the better part of 3 years, on and off, giving those new bowlers a chance to fight for the remaining 3 pace bowling positions, 2 or 3 depending on where they're playing. Anderson had retired from ODIs, almost a decade ago? Probably more? Probably less. He's not taking up a position of someone else. He's playing as much as he can, and he's remaining fit as ever, and his performances look like those of an elite fast bowler. And yet, coming back to the first point, you don't want to select him? Don't select him. Why do you want to force him to retire? Again, it screams weakness, because they're scared of the backlash that will inevitably come their way when they see Jimmy performing better than one or many of the English bowlers on the English side. What Jimmy will do for his county side. And that is why this is shameful. You want to transition him to a mentor role. He's already doing that. He's been a mentor for Jofra Archer. He was kind of a mentor, then he became a contemporary of Broad. You have Onions. You have even the captain himself. Even he has shared a bowling partnership with James Anderson. And yet, this decision is being made. I am glad that James Anderson got 6 or 7 wickets in the Lancashire match, before his forced farewell at Lord's. And for those saying it's great that they're at least giving him the Lord's match, is the bare minimum. It's like being offered water when you go to a restaurant. Are we going to pat them on the back for that? No, at least I wouldn't. He is the best bowler on the English side. He is fit. He's performing well. and he has a wealth of experience and skill to offer to everyone around him. He makes the English team better. And you want to get rid of him. Weak. A tribute video or a tribute soundbite for Anderson shall follow. Thank you. This is Duncan Lievi.